All right, I haven't seen you in a while. We're going to continue our study of demand, and we're going to look at these factors that can change the demand this time, baby. Oh, yeah. We're going to look at all this stuff, ceteris paribus. We're going to look at a change in quantity demanded versus a change in demand. We're going to look at the non-price determinants that can change demand, or shifters that they call. Oh, my God, he just said shifters. We'll get loose to it because we're going to be using a lot of shift in this section here. Oh, yeah. We're going to see what Smite is. It's going to be some good shift later on for you. We're going to see what substitutes and complements and what they are. We're going to look at population and how it affects the demand for goods. We're going to look at inferior goods and normal goods and how income affects the demand that you'll have for stuff. And then we're going to look at taste and fads and then expectations. All right, let's get busy, shall we? The first thing is ceteris paribus. You remember from the last section. You remember from that last section, the only thing that we're changing is just the price. That's right, and that's the law of demand. It's just a movement along the curve. If my price was here and my quantity was here, and let's just say the only thing that I changed my price is that I just lower it. So now my quantity demanded goes from here, X, to Y. It's a movement along the curve. That was the only thing that we were changing, was the price. When it came to quantity demand, and if you raise the price, the quantity demanded decreases, and get that in your heads, or I'm going to pulverize you. Yeah, but now we're going to lift it. Oh no, ceteris paribus no longer exists. It's done, baby. Now there's going to be other factors that are going to incur and are going to happen. It's going to change the demand, as we're going to see. Yeah, that's right. So there's going to be other non-price determinants or shifters. We're going to get our shift together here. That's right. And you're going to see that in the next section. But you see, once the price changes, that's just a movement along the curve. But now, once again, when any factor besides the price changing, that increases or decreases the demand for that product. So a lot of smart people out there, I just want to drop kick them, and I just want to give them a forearm smash, and I just want to body slam them because they don't know the difference. They'll say, hey, yeah, they lowered the price. They changed the demand for it. They raised the price. They increased the demand. They lowered it. That increased. They raised it. That decreased. No, it didn't. It changed the quantity because they changed the price. Other factors now, get it together, will increase or decrease the demand for a product. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I want you to remember this acronym. Not spit, not spout, not spot. It's Spite. S-P-I-T-E. Get that into your brains, okay? And then again right here, if you missed that, I'm telling you right now, if I tell you that the change in prices, they raised it or lowered, they put it on sale or whatever, and you tell me that it was a change in demand, I'm gonna gouge you in the eyes. No, it's a change in demand. You have to remember that, okay? If a change in a price is a change in a quantity demand, something else will change the demand for it. Now even I'm getting screwed up, but we'll get to that later. Okay, Smite stands for substitutes and complements. So it might say scupite, population, income, taste, and expectations. Let's go through all of these, okay? First one are substitute products, not the substitute effect. Now, substitute effect is if you just lower your price of Coke, yeah, you lower your price, it's a movement along the curve. More people will buy your Coke. It's an increase in the quantity demanded. That's right, as compared to Pepsi, they kept the price the same. What the substitute means, as far as the factors or the determinants that could change demand, it means this. I want you to think about this. Okay, think about it. You go to the store, and you're indifferent on what they call it, with Coke or Pepsi. Yeah, it's about the same price. But you see that Coke raises their price. What's going to happen to the demand for Pepsi? If you think about it, pause this. Think about it. It's common sense. They raised the price of Pepsi. What would happen to the demand for Coke? Yeah. It's going to go up. Yeah, because think about it. If you want to buy Coke or Pepsi and you see the price of Coke went up, you're not going to buy the Coke. You're going to buy the Pepsi. So if they were smart, what they would do, Pepsi, is maybe there's an increase in the demand for Pepsi. So what they probably do is raise their price as well, if you think about it, but just not as much. Yeah, the price of Coke goes down, what would happen to the demand for Pepsi? Well, it will go down because everybody's buying a Coke because they decreased the price. Okay, so that's the first one. So they move the same way. Price of one goes up, the substitute demand goes up as well. when one goes down, the substitute demand goes down as well. Okay, they work in conjunction with each other. Then there's things called complements. Yeah, not like compliments as, hey, Econ Avenger, boy, that was a great lecture you gave the other day. No, that's compliments with an I. We're talking compliments with an E. Compliments things that go together. Like my mask and my shirt. Yeah, like a tennis racket and tennis balls. Yeah, like peanut butter and jelly. Things that go together. That's right. Okay, so let's think about it now. Things that basically go together. I know some of you are saying, well, I'm allergic to peanut butter and I can't eat. No, we're not talking about you. We're just talking about things in general, okay? So if you buy peanut butter, you're most likely going to buy jelly that goes along with it. Okay. You go to the store and you see that the price of peanut butter went up. What do you think in theory would happen to the demand in general of jelly? Well, price of peanut butter went up. You're going to be like, oh, I wanted to buy them both together, but wait a minute, I don't want to buy peanut butter anymore because the price went up. So you're less likely to want to buy jelly. So when the price of one goes up, the demand for the other decreases. Let's say that you went to the store and you saw the price of peanut butter was decreased. So that'd be a moving along the curve for peanut butter. But for jelly, you'd be like, oh, I got a good deal on peanut butter. Hey, I might as well buy more jelly. So they work in the opposite way. If the price of A goes up, the demand for the complement goes down. Yeah. So a lot of businesses do that as a dirty trick. They try to get you into the door and they price a complementary product low, but then they jack up the price of the other product. Yeah. All of you have fell for that before. That's right. When you get a printer, you get a nice printer, but then damn, you get to sit on the printer, but the cartridges are expensive as hell. Oh. All right. We're getting there. We got that. Population. Hey, sometimes it all depends on the population for who's buying your product. That's right. So let's say in a baby boom, there's diapers. There was a demand curve for diapers. Well, I would bet that there'd be an increase in the demand for the need of diapers in a baby boom. Yeah, population. Influx of population towards that product. There's going to buy that product. Increase in the demand. Decrease. Hey, you know why being a mortician in the funeral business is such a great business to get into? Because everyone's dying for your business. Oh, sorry about that. I know that's probably going to call for. Anyway, yeah, so it's the diapers. And you notice now, with the baby boom and the graying, what do you think's in demand now for the same old people? They went from diapers to Depends. I don't even know what Depends are. All right. Anyway, all right, so we got that. Serve the business. And let's say you own a business and some high school just moves in right next door. You'll be in good shape if you think about it, because now you own this business that's maybe like Arnold's from the show Happy Days. It was like a malt shop for teenagers. Well, that'd be pretty good if you own that business. Okay, now let's look at income. Hey, people's income can affect the demand for products if you really think about it. Sure, there's a certain segment of goods that if my income goes up, I'm probably going to want to buy more of those things. Let's say BMWs. Let's say going out to eat and taking one of the many ladies that the Econ Avenger romances on a daily basis. Yeah, if I take them to a nice, fancy, fine-scale restaurant, sure, that would be what they call a normal good. Normal good means when your income goes up, you're more inclined to want to buy more of these particular goods. Let's say brand name goods, again, luxury items, sure, but they also mean this: if your income goes down, hey, you gotta save some money there, man. Yeah, you gotta cut your losses. So you're gonna buy less of those normal goods when your income decreases. Okay, so all right. Now there's also things called inferior goods that it might have an opposite relationship with your income. So let's just say that the Econ Avenger, before I became an internet sensation and I was pinching pennies, watching my dollars, I was kind of frugal, so I used to eat a lot of beans and franks, so to say. Yeah, to survive in the mean streets of wherever I live at. That's right. So if I suddenly had an increase in income, let's say it was generic goods, beans and franks, things like that I would prefer normal goods, but I can't. But if my income goes up, I sure in hell aren't getting any more beans and franks. I ain't getting any more ramen noodles. I ain't getting any more of those mac and cheese or generic goods. No, my income went up. Inferior goods, you buy less of them. The demand decreases. Your income goes down. It works the opposite way. Man, I gotta buy the generic stuff. Hey, lady, sorry, I can't take you to Ruth Crisp. Looks like I gotta take you to the Ponderosa. Yeah, Yeah, yes, I got my lady here and I got my lady there. And I'm like, yeah, we got to go to Ponderosa. Sorry. You probably don't even know what the hell the Ponderosa is. Ask your parents, they'll tell you. So inferior good. Fine, there's taste. Taste. What can increase or decrease the demand? And what the hell does taste have to do with it? Fads. What's in right now? Advertising. The role of marketing. Spokespeople. Like the Econ Avenger. Let's say that I just all of a sudden start working for some textbook company. I would sure in hell bet that their demand would increase for their products that they sell. Why? Because they got the Econ Avenger working for them. So there you go. Taste. It can also work the opposite way. Bad news. Bad press, something goes wrong. Okay, well, that probably decreased the demand for your product. Now, expectations. All right, I'm going along here, but we're getting out of the point. Expectations. What is your expectation of the price of that product or that product in the future? You do this all the time if you ever think about when people say the price is going to be going up of gas next week. So you got a half a tank. If you expect that the price of gas is going to be going up next week, think about it. What would you do now? You'd fill up your gas tank, wouldn't you? You have an increase in gas in the now because you expect that the price is going to be going up later. All right? So let's say somebody else tells you the price of something is going to be going down later on. Yeah, price of gas is going to go down next week and I got a half a tank. Well, I'm not going to put any gas in my tank right now. My demand decreased in the gas for the now because I know the price is going to go down. So the demand again shifted to the left as we're going to see when we look at what an increase and decrease is. Speaking of which now, okay, here, again, you look at this is a movement along the curve. What did that have to do with it? It had to do with an increase or decrease in a price. You morons, you maggots, get that in your damn head right now. It's a movement along the curve whenever there's a change in price. But when something else changes, ceteris paribus is all gone. Another factor, like one of these, that's going to increase or decrease the curve. So I want you to look right now. And I know it's kind of weird with all the lights I'm seeing on this. Remember, we're on a strict shoestring budget here, but give me time. Once I get the bells and the whistles and I get this thing going, you're going to get all the graphics. But maybe you like it this way. Because it's down to the basics, baby. All right, so let's say this is my original demand curve for whatever it is. Econ Avenger mask, yeah. All right, but let's say at the price of, we'll say $50 a mask. We're going to get into this in the next section, but all of a sudden there is an increase in the demand. Remember, we had the original, just like a PPF had to shift, if you remember that. This is good shift, isn't it? Yeah, but anyway, you see that the curve shifted to the right. Whenever a curve shifts to the right, it always means increase. So there's an increase in the demand for one of these factors. Let's just say it's a normal good and there's good times. People making good money and I don't want to wear these expensive, finely crafted, imported, exquisite Econ Avenger masks. So yeah, that's taste. Yeah, or if their income goes up, it's a normal good. So taste if it's like suddenly in vogue, but if it's a normal good and income goes up, it's a shift to the right. Let's say what could cause a decrease. Well, before, let's say this much was bought, let's say 10, now it increases 20, and we're going to get to that again tomorrow. But if there's a decrease always means shift to the left. Remember that. So what, I really can't see anything causing a decrease in the demand for Econ Avenger mask, but let's just say that there's bad economic times and it's a normal good and people can't afford to buy anymore. I pity for the people. Maybe I'll do a good favor and lower the price of them, but it would decrease the demand. Let's say you expect that the price is going to go down, of course. Once again, it decreases demand because you're not going to want to buy it in the now. All right, but that's for the next lesson. I got this all done in about 14 and a half minutes. Good. So what we do, we went over ceteris paribus. We know the difference between a change in quantity demanded and a change in demand. And we know that price affects change in quantity demanded. Something else, what are these spike factors, shifters, affect a change in demand? And then we went over them. Spike, substitutes, complements, population, income. Know the difference between a normal and an inferior good. And I went through taste, fads, advertising, fashion, what's cool in vogue. Then we went over expectations. What do you expect about the future of the price of that product, but in the now? All right.